Welcome back. We're going to continue our Shades of Green planning series.
So I've seen a lot of questions from people asking which side of Shades of Green they should stay on because there's two wings. There's a Magnolia wing and a Palm wing. And everybody wants to know which one's the best. Which one should we stay in? Which one should we request whenever we book our room?
So we have stated both sides. It also depends on how you get there, right? Because we drive. We drive there, we'll run, so we'll go park up at the front door, we'll run inside, check in. What?
The porte cochere.
What's that?
Where you park under the awning. Yeah.
So after we check in, we'll get our room assignment, whatever. We'll go back out to the truck. Shades of Green has a parking garage. It's the only resort on Disney property that has a parking garage. If we're staying on the Magnolia side,
I'm just going to pop in a map right here, just an aerial view of the Shades of Green property so that you can see how it's actually put together. Because the lobby where Tim's talking about, it's right in the middle. That's where the check-in, registration, and all that is. So when he's saying go to the parking garage is actually over by the Palm side. That was added long after Shades of Green was built.
If we're staying on the Magnolia side, I'll still park in the parking garage and have everybody grab something, right? Trying to limit the amount of trips because it is a long walk.
Again, long and subjective. If you don't have kids or anything like that, if it's just the two of you and you just have like one suitcase or, it depends how you travel. Again, all of these things are subjective to how you vacation. But for us, a family of 3, I can imagine what it's like for people with more than one kid. But with us, we usually have a stroller and we'll load it down.
Load it down, throw a couple backpacks on, throw on whatever,
Yeah.
Does this have a strap? Throw it over it. The reason I like to go straight from the level we're on is because you alleviate the elevator. The elevator you might wait for a while, right? Because there's other people.
Yeah. Well, when you can eliminate steps, you want to eliminate.
Exactly. So if I can alleviate the elevator, hey, that's good for me. You could just go get your vehicle, pull it up to the front, and then go to your room, get your stuff, and be a shorter walk that way. But most times we're checking out. We'll leave our vehicle at Shades of Green and then go to the park for like a half a day. So, because you can do that.
And that long-winded story was just to say that we drive and we park in the parking garage. So whenever we stay on the Palm side that's connected to the parking garage, it's a much shorter walk. It's much quicker to the room. If we stay on the Magnolia side, we have to unload, like Tim said, walk all the way through, like go into the building in the Palm side, go through the lobby, lug all your stuff through that like central common area, and then go all the way down past the exchange and then, to the Magnolia side. So it's kind of a little hike. But compared to all the walking that you're going to be doing at Disney, if you're assuming you're going there, what's another 100 steps?
Right. The Magnolia side is more in proximity to the pools. It's the Magnolia side is the closer side. There's 2 pools.
The Mill Pond.
The Mill Pond pool.
Which, if you're looking at the aerial map again, it looks like Mickey, kind of. But they call that one the kids' pool just because there's the splash pad, the slide, it's kind of like by Evergreens. So you have like
And Evergreens is the little sports bar, pool bar, or whatever you want to call it.
/ bar and grill type of thing.
The other pool is...
I think it's just called the Magnolia pool. It's more just quieter. I'm not going to say adult only because kids are allowed there too, but...
And they have like a little volleyball thing you can set up in the water and, play volleyball. They have a little basketball thing you can set up.
Yeah.
But the pool's like, it's like gradual, right? Kind of like a beach.
A no entry.
Yeah.
But if you're going to stay in a poolside room, you're going to be on the Magnolia side. So if you're wanting to be by the pool, that's the side you're going to want to request. And then if you get a poolside room, you can literally just walk out the patio and you're right there.
Other people have said that the Magnolia side is louder.
I would say we haven't really experienced that because we are usually out at the park so late. And by the time we get back to the room, the pools are closed. But I can see where if you're staying on the Magnolia side and it's like 9 or 10 o'clock, you're trying to go to bed early because you're going to get up early the next day, the pools might get kind of loud because there's kids out there playing. There's families out there, evergreens, having a good time.
Yeah, but they close at 10.
Right, but I'm saying if you're going to bed early
Yeah.
that night, which, 10 could be early, 9 could be early, and you're still hearing all of that like commotion at the pool, that could be bothersome to some people.
Yeah. So for the first 2 or 3 trips, I was like, I want to stay on the Palm side. I don't want to lug all this crap to the Magnolia side. It's too far. But after staying on the Magnolia side, I'm voting Magnolia side every time.
Because it's
the sun.
closer.
I like the pools. I like the splash pad. I like the Evergreens place. Like, I like that side. And you have to, in order to get to your room, you have to walk past the PX. So say you want a snack or you need a little beverage or something, hit right in there and then go to your room.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to have a resort day, if you're not going to spend the day at the park, this is kind of like a rest day, or maybe you're not even going to Disney or anywhere at all, and you're just staying at Shades, then I think it is going to be to your benefit to stay on the Magnolia side because you'll be around all that stuff. Also, the other restaurant is, well, I wouldn't say, I guess it's on the Magnolia side because it's really just below the lobby. It's kind of in the middle.
But the stairs to get down there are closer to the Magnolia side.
But you could walk outside.
You could.
Across the courtyard outside, and it just cuts right through. Also, if you're going to have a resort day and maybe you don't want to go swimming, but you want to spend some time at the spa, maybe get a massage, maybe you want your kids to do the, it's not Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, but they do have a hair salon, and they do have packages for kids where they'll fix their hair or do a pirate makeover. So the salon and the spa, they're all kind of like in one spot.
I always forget about that.
But all of that is going to be in the Magnolia side as well.
It seems like everything at the resort is on the Magnolia side. What is there to do on the Palms?
Well, I was just going to say, maybe we'll do a separate video on this, but if you look back at the history of Shades of Green, it actually started out as the Disney Golf Resort, and there weren't actually any rooms at all. It was made to be, it was a golf course, but it was made to look like an inn, but there actually weren't any rooms to sleep in. So once Shades of Green became an actual resort you could stay at, they started becoming really, really popular, so much that you couldn't get a room. Like, it was just so popular that they had to do something about it. And so in 2002, they shut down to renovate, and they added the Palm Wing. They added the Palm Wing, they added the restaurants, they added the gym, they added the parking garage, and all of that took about 2 years to finish. So in 2004 is when the Palm Wing actually opened for guests to stay at. That's why nothing is over there. That's why everything is over kind of like under the lobby and like all kind of like based around the Magnolia Wing, because that was like the original, I guess you could say.
Okay. 10 years after they opened the Palm side, they started renovating it.
And that's the last time it's been renovated.
They just renovated the Magnolia side in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2017, 2018. So while the Magnolia side is the older side, it is the more recently updated. And that's as of now, 2023. I think that they're probably due for another renovation.
Another wing.
Yeah, I think I said this in one of the other videos, but I'm really curious to see like if they shut down Shades of Green again and add another one, because there's space. And they're adding the DVC building for the Polynesian, so there's going to be a lot more traffic over there. And I feel like people might choose to stay at Shades of Green if they're eligible instead of seeing, you know what I'm saying? Like, there might be overflow over there. They kind of like, I don't know, but they're going to have to keep up with demand, and I'm curious to see what they do about it, because it's getting harder and harder to book.
So I guess all in all, it's your vacation. If you want to stay on the Palm side, be closer to the parking garage. If you want us to be closer to the fun and the pools and everything else, stay on the Magnolia side.
And you can request whenever you book your room on the website, just add it into the additional notes at the bottom, and they more than likely will honor your request, as long as there's availability.
It might be a little farther, but I'm staying on the Magnolia side every time.
I really don't mind either side, because if I need something from the Magnolia side, I'll just send him to go get it. But if you're somebody that has mobility issues, maybe being on the Palm side would be better for you. I always think about my grandma, right? So we went to Disneyland Paris, and we had a really hard time just like helping her get around because there weren't handicap places to park. And we had a car because we drove from Germany. We had a van, we had a vehicle, but like we didn't have anywhere to specifically park for her. And it was just, it was a challenge. It's just harder for her to get around. So I tend to think about her and just, people with mobility issues. And I think staying in the Palm Wing would just be better off.
You're still that far away.
No, because like I said, like everything is in the middle. So registration's in the middle. If you're going to go to Disney, you have to walk to the middle anyways to go get to the buses if you're going to take the buses. Even if you're going to use the walking path to get across the street to the Poly, you're going to want to walk out the front of the building, the main building, and then down the path. So,
and if you're on the Palm side and you want to go to the pools, you can cut through like outside, down the stairs, and across the courtyard.
Yeah. Either way, Palm side, Magnolia side, I don't think that you can really lose on either. There is the occasional instance where, there's a guest that's too loud and bothering somebody or waking up too early and slamming doors, but
we haven't had that happen yet.
But you could be on either side and that would happen. So,
yeah.
But I hope this was helpful in making your decision. I hope that you have a little bit better of idea of where you want to stay whenever you book your vacation.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything else you want answers on or whatever, let us know. We'll do our best.
So we're going to go to bed?
Time to get horizontal.
Just remember to always be happy.
Not just room.